So my last update was 20 weeks. I'm now 24 weeks and the 20-week one seems like a day ago. Time is going so fast. So I'm 24 weeks and 3 days pregnant. Yeah, I think that's right. I'm generally feeling really well, which is good. I've gone back to being tired again, which I had like about 4 weeks of loads of energy, and now suddenly I'm a bit kind of needing naps again, which I did actually manage one nap this week when Noah was napping, so that was good. Apart from that, do you know what? I have no memory. My baby brain is terrible, so I have written it all down, so excuse the phone. One good thing, my weight gain has slowed a bit. I gained weight rapidly in the first 20 weeks, and I don't think I've been eating excessively. Yeah, I do like some chocolate and a biscuit, and I haven't deprived myself, but I haven't, you know, I've been eating really healthy meals and stuff. But my weight gain was very, very fast. But I'm pleased to say I've stayed at the same weight for the last week. So I'm hoping now it will start to kind of slow down a bit, because if I'd carried on going the same rate, oh my God, I would have been like the size of a house. So I'm getting quite a lot of kind of ligament pain down on my pelvis and around my bump and at the top of my thighs, and stretching pains. I do remember having them with Noah, but I think they're definitely worse this time. And I think that's just from having a second baby, really. It's all been stretched before. So this week I've started bouncing on my ball. I bought one of the large like Pilates balls. I had one in my last pregnancy. Can I find it anywhere? Of course not. In terms of pain, I was actually woken in the night last night by sort of stabbing pains, kind of going through my bump and into my vagina, kind of like shooting pains. And I got up and went for a wee and was convinced that I was about to go into premature labour, and got myself all worried and was awake for like an hour. But I've got up this morning and I'm fine, and she's moving fine. So I think maybe she was just on nerve or something, which I guess can happen. I don't know, but touch wood that doesn't happen again. So I just briefly mentioned movement. I'm getting lots of lovely movement now. I mentioned in the last video that I had an anterior placenta, but actually when I went to my 20-week scan, it moved, and it's kind of gone to the side. So I'm feeling all the normal kind of movements, and she's very, very active, especially at night, which doesn't bode well. But it's really lovely to feel her. Jay can see her in the evenings. My stomach is kind of like rippling all over the place. And I've even tried to get Noah to have a little feel, but I think he's just like, I don't think a 2-year-old can join the two things together. You tell them a baby's coming and this thing, mummy's tummy's wiggling. It's all a bit weird, isn't it? But really happy with the movements. Makes me like, oh, it's just so lovely. In terms of preparing for this baby, we're still fairly disorganised. I've bought a couple of things, but there's a lot to do. But I'm kind of focusing more at the moment on mentally and physically preparing for the birth, because things like shopping can be done in a few days if needs be. So I have hired a lovely doula. I'm so excited about this, called Hannah. I'll leave a link to her below. I'm going to do a whole video on this, so I'm not going to go into any more detail, but I've had a couple of sessions with Hannah. I've also started doing pregnancy yoga at home with a DVD. I did it properly and went to classes from 15 weeks with Noah right up to 39 weeks, but I can't do them now because I have Noah to look after and no childcare. So I wish I could, because they were lovely. But so I've started doing that at home. I overdid it on the first one and kind of hurt myself. So I need to slow down with that. And as I said, I'm bouncing on the ball. I'm also reading lots of books about different types of birth. I think I want to go for a home birth, but more on that later as well. So I'm just kind of like reading up on my rights and things like that. So at the moment I'm trying to get emotionally prepared, because my last labour was fairly traumatic. I'll leave a link to that below as well. So other than that, I am feeling a bit more emotional now. I was a bit concerned that I hadn't like cried at all in my pregnancy, and I am a bit of a crier. Not overly, but I'm quite in touch with my emotions, and I've never had trouble crying. But in this pregnancy I literally hadn't cried, and I thought, oh, is that normal? But then the last week I'm crying with everything. Noah went on his first like school trip with the childminder, and he went to a fire station, and they sent loads of pictures. He was just like lined up wearing his little fluorescent vest. I don't know what it was about that. I just was literally sobbing looking at these pictures. And I think it's now kind of hitting me that it's not long really now until he's not going to be an only child anymore, and sort of he's not going to be my baby anymore. He'll be the bigger one, and our dynamic is going to change, and that keeps getting me a bit emotional. I think that's normal, isn't it? Let me know below. It's just kind of that fear about how your family is going to change, even though I can't wait to meet this baby girl, but you know what I mean, it's just all a bit, yeah. So emotion wise, I'm definitely more emotional. Oh, one thing that I know that people love from these videos, and I always almost forget to do it, is a bump shot showing you how big my bump is. So I will show you that right now. The only other thing to say maybe is that we do have a name. I'm not going to say what it is to anybody, it's just between me and Jay, and I have been saying it to Noah a bit, but he can't say it, so he's not going to let the cat out of the bag. So we have her name and 2 middle names as well, so we're going to carry on with the 2 middle name thing, and I love it, I really love it, and it just seems like her already. We don't have a backup name, so I'm hoping when she arrives that we kind of agree that she looks like this name. So yeah, that is really, really exciting, but I think that's all I've got to say really. Yeah, I still have a huge appetite, that's the only other thing to add on. Yeah, I'm just thinking about what I can go and eat now really. Sandwiches. Thank you so much for watching as always. Let me know in the comments below if you're like a similar time pregnant to me. I'd love to know what's going on with you, because I love watching these as well around the same time. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe if you're here for the first time, and I will try and make a 28-week update video as well, so I'll see you again very soon.